Welcome back to Let's Talk. So, the holidays. They're supposed to be all joy to the world. But when your world is a one-bedroom apartment and your main guest is a houseplant you've named Steve, it can feel a little less, it's a wonderful life, and a lot more Home Alone, but without the hilarious burglars and the epic redemption arc. Just you, a frozen pizza, and the quiet hum of the refrigerator. I've spent my fair share of holidays solo, some by circumstance, some by choice. And I'm not here to give you some toxic positivity spiel about how it's the most magical time ever. Sometimes it's hard. My first Christmas alone, after a big breakup, I tried to make a full turkey dinner for myself. One person, one 14-pound turkey. I ended up crying into the gravy at 2 p.m., watching Love. Actually on a loop, which is a terrible movie to watch alone, by the way. It's like emotional self-sabotage. I felt like the human embodiment of that sad trombone sound effect. But over the years, I've learned, and I've talked to so many of our wonderful Bohemian Sisters community, that a solo holiday isn't a consolation prize. It's a blank page, a chance to write your own weird, wonderful, non-traditional tradition. It's your holiday. You're the director, the star, the caterer, and the person who gets to stay in their pajamas all day. Let's reframe this. Let's start with the big one. Food. You do not, I repeat, do not need to cook a feast that would make Martha Stewart anxious. Your meal can be anything that brings you joy. This isn't about feeding a crowd. It's about feeding your soul. My friend Anya, who is a graphic designer in Berlin, told me her solo Christmas tradition. She makes exactly what she loved as a child, but her parents never let her have for dinner: breakfast food. So, every December 24th, she makes a mountain of chocolate chip pancakes, crispy bacon, and scrambled eggs. She eats it in front of her window, watching the snow with a glass of Prosecco. She says it feels decadent, nostalgic, and perfectly hers. Then there's Paul, a retired teacher from our Patreon community. Paul's tradition is what he calls the cinematic cheese board. He builds an elaborate cheese board. We're talking 3 kinds of cheese, grapes, fancy crackers, the works, and pairs it with a movie marathon. But it's a theme. One year it was British villains. Die Hard. Yes, it's a Christmas movie, fight me. Then Harry Potter, then The Lion, The Witch, and The Wardrobe. He matches a cheese to each movie. It's ridiculous, and he loves it. My personal low-stakes feast? The best bits dinner. I don't make whole dishes. I make only my favorite parts. So, I'll roast some Brussels sprouts with tons of garlic, the best bit of the veg tray. I'll make a giant Yorkshire pudding, the best bit of the roast. And I'll buy a single absolutely sublime slice of chocolate tart from the fancy bakery, skipping the whole baking a pie drama. No leftovers for days, just immediate gratification. Now, ambiance. You might think, why decorate just for me? And to that I say, because you, my dear, are a VIP. Decorating isn't for guests. It's for the main character, you. And it doesn't have to be a whole production. One of our subscribers, Maya, lives in a tiny studio. Her entire holiday decor is what she calls the cozy nook. She drags her mattress into the middle of the floor, piles it with every blanket and pillow she owns, strings fairy lights around it, and that's her holiday headquarters. She reads, watches movies, and naps there for the whole long weekend. It's a nest, a glorious, festive nest. I'm stealing this idea. My approach is more sentimental clutter. I only put out decorations that have a story. The lopsided clay ornament I made in 3rd grade, the souvenir snow globe from a trip with my sister, the ribbon from a present my best friend gave me years ago. It's less about aesthetic perfection and more about surrounding myself with little talismans of love. It's like a physical memory board. And Steve the plant gets a little string of LED lights. He thrives on the attention. And if you want to go full pop culture, why not theme it? Have a Nightmare Before Christmas holiday, or a Lord of the Rings, You Shall Not. Pass. The eggnog party for one. One guy I read about online celebrates Feast of Winter Veil from World of Warcraft every year. He makes in-game recipes. The point is, there are no rules. The rulebook got lost in the mail. Burn the rulebook for warmth. This is the tricky bit, the feeling of connection. You can feel lonely in a crowd, and you can feel deeply connected while alone. It's a paradox. The goal isn't to erase the quiet, but to fill it with meaning on your own terms. First, embrace the asynchronous party. My sister Clara and I, when we're apart, watch the same movie at the same time, while on a video call, muted, just texting each other reactions. It's like live tweeting with your favorite person. Last year we watched Elf and just sent happy face emojis back and forth for 2 hours. It was perfect. Then there's the digital connection. I am a huge advocate for the volunteer shift. So many organizations need help on the actual holiday. I've served meals at a community center on Thanksgiving. And let me tell you, the collective energy of people choosing to be there, to connect and help, is more potent than any family drama. You leave feeling like you've actually done something and you've been around people. Our community member, Diego, spends Christmas morning walking dogs at the local shelter. He says it's the best, most quiet, tail-wagging morning of the year. But also, it's okay to lean into the solitude, to treat it like a spa day for your psyche. Take a long bath, read that book you've been saving, go for a walk in the silent, empty streets. It feels like the world is your secret. Write letters, not emails, letters, to people you care about, telling them why you appreciate them. You're not isolating, you're recharging. You're being your own best friend. And your own best friend wouldn't let you sit around in sweatpants feeling sad all day, unless that's truly what you need. In which case, they'd bring you the remote and a blanket. Be that friend to yourself. Let's get real for a second. The quiet moments are when the ghosts show up. The memories of how it used to be, the people who aren't here, the life you thought you'd have. This isn't small talk stuff. This is the deep end of the pool. I deal with this by giving the ghosts a seat at the table. Literally, I have a little remembrance candle I light. I'll make my grandma's shortbread recipe, even if it never turns out as good as hers. I'll play my dad's favorite cheesy holiday album. It's not about being sad. It's about honoring the love that's still there, even if the person or the situation isn't. It transforms the ache from something that hurts into something that just is, a part of your story. And for the ghost of what should be, the societal pressure, the Instagram perfection, I have a foolproof ritual. I look at my solo celebration, my salt in tea mistakes, my weird traditions, and I think, what would Lizzo do? She'd own it. She'd make it fabulous. She'd turn the volume up. So sometimes I literally do that. I blast Good as Hell and have a one-person dance party in my living room. The ghosts hate that. They can't get a word in edgewise. Look, a solo holiday is a microcosm of your life. It's what you make it. It can be a pit of despair featuring a frozen dinner and a 3-day Netflix coma. We've all been there, no judgment. Or it can be an act of fierce, joyful self-determination. You get to choose the soundtrack. You get to choose the menu. You get to choose between sentimentality and silliness, or a glorious mix of both. You can be quiet or you can be loud. You can connect with the world or retreat into your own perfectly curated universe. This year, I challenge you and myself to not see the empty chairs, but to see the empty canvas. Paint it with whatever colors you want. Make a feast that would confuse your ancestors. Create a tradition so specific to you, it would make no sense to anyone else. Watch Die Hard. Watch all the Harry Potter movies. Watch a documentary about snails. Call a friend. Don't call anyone. Be gloriously, unapologetically your own host. And if you put salt in your tea, just pour it out and start again. The beauty is, there's no one to witness it but you and Steve, the plant. And Steve is a very forgiving audience. To your holiday, however you choose to spend it. May it be warm, may it be kind, and may it be uniquely, wonderfully yours. Happy holidays, Bohemian Sisters. I'm so glad we get to talk. Now, I want to hear all your solo holiday plans or traditions in the comments below. Love you all. See you next time, and be kind to yourself.
Yeah. The silence in this room's a different kind of loud. Since you took your sunshine, left me with this cloud. I trace the memory of your shadow on the wall. Your perfume's ghost still lingering in the hall. I keep checking my phone, knowing well it won't light up. Sipping on this bitter coffee from an empty cup. And the city lights outside just don't feel the same. Just 1,000 lonely stars calling out your name. And I try to be a mountain, try to be strong, but this truth is something I cannot run for long. If this is what forever feels like, darling, then if I can't have you, what's the point of this sky? What's the point of this view? If I can't feel your hand fit perfectly in mine, then I'm just wasting all this time. And if I can't hold you close through the thunder and the rain, then every victory is just another kind of pain. Oh baby, if I can't have you, I don't want nothing at all. They say, man, let her go, you'll find another chance. But they don't understand, this ain't some teenage dance. This was soul recognition, the truth I finally knew. My future's blueprint had the signature of you. Now I'm seeing echoes of you on every street, and every love song playing bittersweet. A phantom limb where your heart used to be. This emptiness is drowning out the sound of me. And I built my walls so high, you were the only key. Now I'm a locked up mansion staring out at the sea. If this is my kingdom, darling, then it's cursed. 'Cause if I can't have you, what's the point of this sky? What's the point of this view? If I can't feel your hand fit perfectly in mine, then I'm just wasting all this time. And if I can't hold you close through the thunder and the rain, then every victory is just another kind of pain. Oh baby, if I can't have you, I don't want nothing at all. So do I just become a memory you outgrew? Faded photograph of someone you once knew. I bargain with the heavens, I wrestle with the dark, just to rewrite the ending and reignite that spark. But if your peace means my silence, if your smile means my end, then I'll learn how to love you as a ghost, my best friend. But if I can't have you, no, skies turn gray. If my arms can't be your harbor, then let this ocean take me away. If I can't have you, then I don't want the moon or the morning, just this empty room and the thought of you. Yeah. Just the thought